Hi, welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Laura. Hi, hello, welcome. Today we are going to do update 4 in the, I think it's update 4. I'm getting my days all, or like my times all mixed up for these updates recently. So the update will be on the screen, the number, whatever update we're on. But I wanted to first and foremost just say elephant in the room. I know I've taken like a week hiatus. There's no excuse other than I was just enjoying time with my husband. We have very different schedules now for work. Like I am getting ready. Today is the 20th of April and I am currently getting ready to go to work. Like I have to film this and then like I'm going to leave the house and go to work, and I will have like a get ready with me like maybe next week or 2 weeks, just like about what my new job is and everything like that. And I'm super excited. If you saw my Instagram, I did post a little bit about it on my Instagram stories. But yeah, but we are gonna not dilly-dally too much. Again, I'm on like a little bit of a time crunch because I just need to film and then go. And then this will go up tomorrow. When you're seeing this, it'll go up today. So yeah, there is there's that. So man, I am all over the place. So this is the Deck of Panning Project Pan. This was a project started by Emily from Emily and Max, and it was converted from a booktuber's like to be read like game list board challenge thing that she had. Her name was Books with Maddie. I will have both of them linked down in the description box below. But the premise is you take a deck of cards, which I am currently like very gently shuffling below the screen. So the premise is you take that deck of cards and you pull a couple cards, 5 cards to start, and those correspond with a prompt. And that prompt is interpreted how you will, and then you generate or pull a product in your collection that kind of corresponds with that prompt that you pulled. And I've been working on 5 items. I did pull a Joker, which is an Are You Joking Me kind of card. So I've been working on that since the very beginning. I do have a couple items rolling out this update, but I do have a couple items that are staying in this update. And I've watched 2 of these project pans already, Danny's and then Lainey's. I will have those 2 ladies listed down below as well. But I know that there's a veto on this board, and I'm really hoping to get it for the Joker prompt. I'm really hoping. I'm really hoping. So without further ado, I've shuffled my cards now, not very well, so I'm going to just do another couple. There's something so satisfying about that sound. Yeah, I don't know why. So let me just talk about the items and like how much I use them and all of that first before we jump into the roll-ins, because obviously we need to roll things out before things can roll in. So I'm just going to go off of my bullet journal list. I showed you guys how I kind of keep track of that. I'll link the video up in the cards. But I have 5 items in front of me. I almost lost an item. But I have 5 items in front of me, and I'm just going to go in the order that they were pulled. So starting with the first prompt, which was the Joker prompt, and that was the Are You Joking Me kind of item. And it's something that I don't really want to pan, or that however you interpret it, that is an item that you as an individual do not want to pan. And for that, I pulled in my P. Louise base in Rude Boy Red. It's just very hard to reach for a very red base like this, I've been finding. If you saw my 7 looks using my Natasha Denona Purple Blue palette, I did use this in a couple of those looks. And this is the best month of usage that I've had with this product. So my goal is 30 uses for this. And we used it 7 times prior to this update, but this update we used it 10 times. So we're at 17 uses in this bad boy. So I'm super happy about that. It is, there was more of a significant weight change in this because it is separating. So when I squeeze it out sometimes, like some liquid comes out that should have been mixed in. So like when I use this, I usually like really mix her up, but I don't know if you can hear that. It's just kind of like it's separated. So I think once I get my 30 uses, I am going to just declutter this out of my collection. There's no reason I really need a red base. So I think I'd be fine just decluttering this. And we're over halfway there now. Very minorly over halfway, but we are halfway there to my 30 use goal. If I get the veto, this is going out though. Just throwing that out there. The next item is a item that was in since I want to say the beginning as well, and that is my Natasha Denona Topper Shadow. This is in the Burnt Terracotta / Green. It's just a duochrome topper shade, and first of all, I think when I bought this, these were getting discontinued, so I think I got an old one, and so it's just kind of like firm in here. Like, I don't know how these are supposed to feel, but it's just like a very firm pressed eyeshadow and not like a putty, which I think it was supposed to be a putty. So let me just really dig in here and give you a swatch of it. I've been actually reaching for this paired with another item in this project pan that we will talk about later, but I've been topping an eyeshadow with this for work in the mornings. I don't know if you can really see it. It's just that shiny bit right there. It's like, again, a duochrome terracotta to green shift, kind of like the shade Electric in the Subculture palette that I love and miss. So I've really been enjoying this. It's beautiful. It really transforms the look. I do love it. But I haven't reached for my 30 uses yet. I am currently on 14 uses. It's like shocking to me that I've reached for this red base more than I have this shade here. But I use this as my lipstick sometimes. So like in the morning, I'll just chuck this on my lips when I have a very neutral eye, because I use, again, a couple products that are in this project in my, like, in an everyday look. So I've been using this on my lips when I do like that said very neutral look, and it looks really nice. So just wild. I will continue to work on this. I'm enjoying it. It's kind of a nice push to try to get more use out of it, you know? The next prompt we rolled in was something for like summer, like it reminds you of summer kind of thing, which was very off season for when we pulled this in, which was I think February. A little off like theme for the time of year for me, in the northern hemisphere at least. But for that I pulled in the Sour Patch Kid Morphe Spray. This is the Watermelon Slice Continuous Setting Mist. I picked it because watermelon always just makes me think of summertime. Josh had bought this for me for my birthday, I want to say, last year. I used it all up. There's no sound. There might be a little bit in here, but it's like kind of spurts out, and it's like not enough to actually get a good look on the face. And I'm worried, like last time I sprayed it on me, I had like speckles of like setting spray that like dotted all around my face. So this is done. I'm super happy about this. This was not super old. I think I got this in November. If it was for my birthday, it was in November, but Josh sometimes will hand me my gifts early, so I might have had this since October. I don't know for sure, but I used it up. I was super happy. The scent was very, very strong in this. So if you like a very strong sweet scent, you might like that as a setting spray. It doesn't linger, but it is like a lot all up front. So that was the first item that we're rolling out. Super, super excited about that. Ton of it used up. Super, super happy to have used up a setting spray. Yeah. Moving on, I have a loose eyeshadow, and I cannot remember what prompt it was. I'll have to look back at my video and put it on the screen here. But it was for, I don't know what prompt, but I picked the bareMinerals loose eyeshadow in the shade Flaunt. This is the product that I was using a lot with my terracotta kind of shade to kind of transform it. My goal was only to use this 10 times, and I met that goal. I had 5 uses, and then like the week leading up to filming this, I went, oh crap, I want this, like this is something easy, I can totally get this out. Let me just wear it to work every day. And that's how I did it. I would put it on the lower lash line a lot. I would put it all over the lid and then top it with either the Natasha Denona duochrome shade or just leave it as is, because it is a beautiful shade in and of itself. And it was lovely to wear to work. So that is it over here with the Natasha Denona shade over here. So super wearable, super neutral, no nonsense kind of shade. Let me just blend that swatch out a touch. Super, super pretty, super easy to wear, super happy to have used something that goes underutilized in my collection. Really happy to kind of use some of those items that I don't touch as often as I should because I have them. So why do I just like let them sit and hang out? Who knows? But that one's going to be rolling out too. I'm super excited about that. I finished my uses on this 2 days ago from when I'm filming this. So very excited about that. Then An item that I was like 100% confident I wasn't going to meet my goals because there was just no way is something that I can't remember what I pulled this in for either. I have no idea. So I am working on my Kenneth Cole Black perfume. I think this is the Eau de Parfum. Yes. This is one of my favorite fragrances ever. This just is super clean smelling. It smells like clean laundry. It just smells super fresh. And I love it. I'm going to spray it on again. I've already sprayed this on once. It's not a super like lingering kind of scent. Oh, but it's just like enough to like refresh you, you know? And I love it. So my goal is to use this 50 times. And as of this update, I have used it every single day since like in the past month. So I've reached for this 30 times. I am not counting reapplications. I am just counting like days that I've used it. So there was no way that I was going to make my 50 times goal within that time span. Sometimes I'll wear this all day. Sometimes I'll put a fragrance on and then when I come home, I'll wear this, or vice versa. I'll wear this one and then when I come home, I'll spray something else on me, or I'll refresh with this. Like who knows? But I've reached for this 30 times. I've used a good amount of product as well. So I definitely will have this rolled out for next update. Just, I kind of knew that I wasn't going to roll this out for this update, and that's totally fine because we have 2 items. We have 2 items that are rolling out and we have 2 items that are going to be rolling in. And as you saw, I already have prepped my deck of cards. There is a Joker in here. So what I like to do is I kind of fan them out like in a very irresponsible way because I have a habit of being very clumsy and dropping things. So why do I do this? I don't know. I'm going to scooch back so you can see this a little bit easier. So I'm just going to like stare at my cat, I guess. He's sleeping in the closet. He's so cute. So I'm going to just look this way and pull. I don't have the game board up. I'm going to pull this card though. That is a Queen of Spades. So let me just set that down and pull the game board up and I will be right back. This is kind of an exciting one. This is represents another project pan. So I'm going to have a good think about what I want to roll in for this prompt. I'm not sure yet. We'll decide when we actually roll things in. All right, and now I need to pull a second prompt. And why don't we just go with this one? A 2 of clubs, and that is your OG YouTube fave. Oh no. I don't know. There's only like one item that I can like truly think of. Okay, well, this is going to be challenging for me to think of in like 10 minutes. So I'll be right back when I know what I want to pull. Okay, so I am back and I have my OG product for my 2 of clubs, but I decided for my Queen of Spades that I want to do the Roulette Pan collab as my represents another project pan. I thought that would be fun. So I'm going to generate like a number based on the prompts that I had left off of my Roulette Pan collab. So I have the numbers 1 through 111 because those are just the prompts that I hadn't used prior. So I have the numbers 1 through 111 in my Pretty Random app, and I'm just going to select one for it. This could be really bad. 67. Ooh, this is something you can't live without, but have recently neglected. Ooh. That's challenging. So for the 2 of clubs, where did I just put the cards? So for my 2 of clubs, that was the OG YouTube favorite. I am going to pick something that like YouTube totally inspired this, like got me hooked and never let go. Highlight. And to throw it back to the beginning of it all, the Mary Luminizer by The Balm. Nobody freaking talks about The Balm anymore, but this highlight is so pretty. Like, this is the one that started the love affair, the one that started it all. Love her. Don't use her enough. So I don't want to, obviously my goal can't be hit pan because we have pan already. So I think what I want to do is just kind of like to keep this project like exciting and going and like moving and shaking and stuff. I'm just going to set a goal to use this 15 times. I know that seems kind of cheap, but I'm okay with that. Like, I am working on a lot of items in all of my project pans. There's no way I want to finish this in this one. I just kind of want to do a usage goal. My year-long project pan, if you haven't seen that, is where I'm trying to finish all of my products up. I'm going to roll in Mary Luminizer. Again, this is what it's looking like. So, a decent size pan showing. Like, I think you can see the rings in it. I don't know how, but like you can, maybe there, you can see the rings in it 15 times. That's all I'm really interested in. That's fine. Now for my Queen of Spades, which black queens are all just represents another project pan, I went with the Roulette Pan collab because I can't get away from randomization projects. I just love them so much. And for the prompt I picked for that is, well, the item, the prompt that got randomly selected using Pretty Random was number 67, corresponds with something you couldn't live without but have recently neglected. And I don't like to admit this, but I have to admit this. I have been trash at washing my face. I am so tired when I come home from, well, not even. I'm so tired when I come home from work and it's too early to like use it immediately. And then I just like, the day goes by and then I'm like, I don't even want to do anything. Like, I just want to go to bed right now. So I've been neglecting washing my face, like traditionally washing my face. I'll use micellar water, but I have neglected actual skincare. So I'm going to roll this in with the idea that I want to use this up. There's not a ton left in it. We are starting here and we need to make it all the way to the bottom. So that's like 2 inches of product, maybe 1.5 inches of product left in here. I will mark it, but it's going to be really satisfying because it like settles really nicely. We'll be able to see the markings. This is just an old favorite of mine and I've just neglected her. I'm starting to lean towards some new skincare. I've brought in a few items in my collection. Back in here is my basket of empties and new, and she's like full because I bought a lot of skincare recently. I bought some makeup, mostly skincare, but I want to roll her in. I just want to finish that up. 𝙇𝙞𝙤 is like my favorite skincare brand. This is like my third one of these. What is this? The Skin De-Stress Calming CBD Cleanser. I love this. I've gone through 3 or 4 of them. This might be my 3rd or 4th. I'm not 100% sure, but I will continue to repurchase it because I love it so much. But that is it for this update. So what do I think I can do by the next update? For sure, I think I can use my 50 uses of this. I only have 20 more to go. Totally think that's achievable. I want to set to use this 5 more times in the next month. I think I can do it. If I used it 10 times this month, I think 5 times is totally achievable. So we'll shoot for 5. Same thing with my Natasha Denona Topper Shadow. I kind of want to just use this 5 times as well. I have an idea of a shade that's in my pan, those eyeshadows that'll pair really well with it. So I'm not super concerned about it. Like, I could have tapped it on top of like this and like bridged the gap between the copper and the blue today, but I didn't. I definitely think I can get my 15 uses in this though. Like, I'm very confident that I can get my 15 uses and roll this out, which is exciting. Truthfully, I don't think that I'll finish this by next update. I think this will be a 2-monther. Totally fine. Totally fine. I'm making some steady progress in this project. There's long haul products for sure. Did I talk about everything? That was one? No. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Okay. So I'm hoping by next update we have at least 2 items that'll roll out. Maybe that'll be the theme for this project, just 2 items every month, like who knows. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are staying healthy, sane, and safe. I'm gonna make a concerted effort to just like make sure my uploads are on the days that I say they are. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for sticking through my flakiness. I appreciate you so much. But yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you guys are staying healthy, sane, and safe, and I have to go to work, so I will catch you in the next video. Bye!